Hey everybody, welcome back to Jimmy 2 Tech channel. Today we got something special for you. We are back out in the RV. Actually, we're in the RV all the time actually, but we're out here in the RV. We're going to install something we've been wanting to install for a while. It is the Micro Air Easy Touch RV Smart Thermostat. We're trying to make, you guys see that? We're trying to turn it into a smart RV, if you will. There's a lot of these for the homes, but this, as far as I know, is the only one on the market for RVs. They also make them easy start systems for AC units, you guys might have heard, especially if you're into RVing. They also do marine stuff and other RV items. You can check their website out. This should be a pretty easy install. The color matching wires on the back match the color matching wires on the back of your current thermostat. And if you go to their website, it'll have you pick out, you know, what your thermostat looks like. So it'll help you pick the right RV smart thermostat for your setup. And it should be pretty much plug and play. And then there's a little bit of setup. You can download the app for your phone. It works through Bluetooth and through Wi-Fi. But just remember, when you're using Wi-Fi, it is the 2.4 gigahertz only. It doesn't work on the 5. So most routers do both. So you should be all right. But if you're having an issue connecting, make sure you check that. It could be that. The big difference between a household smart thermostat and an RV is the household thermostat is 24 volts. On an RV, as you know, they're only 12 volt system. So that's the main difference on those. So you can't go out and use your Nest or your Ecobee or any one of those other ones in your RV. It just won't work yet. Maybe those companies will get on board and make a 12 volt system for RVs. It's a good idea for someone. And that's the main difference. That's why you can't go out and get those. But with that being said, let's get out here. I'll show you how to wire this in and how easy it is to set up. And then you guys can go out and get one of these and control it from your phone wherever you're at. Especially if you have pets or anything and it gets hot, you want to be able to control that. So with that being said, let's get out here and get this going. All right, guys, we are out here. We are at our thermostat. This is the one we want to change. This is the heat and cool at the same time. We also have just the cool, which we'll probably replace that one at another time. But for right now, we're just replacing this unit. The first thing we're going to want to do is shut off the breaker to the AC. And let's go down here and do that. There we go. We got our AC breaker off. We just in case it wanted to click on. But in our situation right now with the temp, it shouldn't click on. We'd be more worried about the heat. But right now, we have that shut off. And we're just going to take this off. Ours seems to have been mounted pretty decent where you have the back plate mounted to the wall. So you just press, there's a little tab at the top. You press that tab and slide up your thermostat just like that. Hope you guys can see that. And this shows you all the wires. Since this is heating and cooling, there's 6 wires in this unit and they should all be the same on the other unit as far as the colors that go where. And at the top you can see there's these little press tabs to pull the wires out. That's what we're going to press to pull each one of these out and put it in the other one. But first what we want to do is make sure we get this backing plate off for this one and get it ready to mount our new one on there. One thing that you might want to do anytime you do a job like this is take a picture of the back of your unit. So in case there's any issues, you can always put it back or refer to the picture later to help you put it back the way it was, or if there's any wires crossed or anything like that. So we're going to get our phone, we're going to take a picture, and then I'll get a screwdriver and we'll take this off the wall. All right, guys, got you a little closer. Right here's your wires, close-up shot with them little push tabs. Over here on this side tells you what each color wire and each spot is for, like red, blue, brown, green, yellow, white. So we know what each wire goes into in case you get confused. That's why we said take the picture. And then we're going to hit this part of the wall over here. We're going to take this plate off because we're not going to need that with our new one. It's got its own kind of mounting. We'll show you that when we get to it. But let's get these wires taken out. All right, we're taking our backing plate off. Keep your screws in case you need them. The Micro Air comes with kind of its own little setup, so we'll show you that. Just goes into nothing. You know how these RVs are made, like, you know, shoestrings and bubble gum. But okay, we got that off. Now we're going to pull out our other unit, and I'll show you the back of that so you can see how each one of these wires go in. All right, guys, here is the new one. As you can see, it's upside down, but if it's lined up with these as far as letter goes, R, B, GL, GH, Y, all those wires are right in a row. And it's that same thing. We're just going to press down on this and put the wire in. And it's like a pinch hold. So that's all we're going to need to do. And then we're going to mount it. We're going to use this because we're out of command strips right now, because we like hanging a lot of stuff with that. I see a lot of YouTubers and RVers using that, and they work awesome. But this system's pretty ingenious. It gets it perfectly spaced apart. It has the drywall anchors for you, and these stay here. You just cut the centerpiece off, and then when it goes up in there, the spacer will slide right up in that groove there. So we'll know perfectly where to set this on the wall. But for now, we're going to transfer our wires over each one. Since we took a picture and we got to get this backing plate off, we're going to take each wire out, but we do have that picture to know where it goes to make this easier for us. So let's get each one of these wires out. All right, like we said, we're going to take that last picture here so we know exactly where our wires are going. Then we're going to pull each one out. You just press this little tab right here and pull the wire. You can use a little screwdriver or whatever you have to pull. Flatter here on the wall for us. Press that in. The wire pulls right out. And you're going to want to do that with each one of those. Try to keep them in somewhat of an order of how you took them out. Red, blue, brown, green, yellow, and white. There we have it. Red, blue, green, red, blue, brown, green, yellow, and white. So they're kind of sitting in that order, as you can see right there. And then we're going to take our backing plate off the old one. And then we're going to set this aside. Bring in our new one. Again, the colors are the same. We're just going to do the same thing and press this down, shove the wire into its respective spot, and then that's how that's going to go. So let's start with we got to get our, yeah, we can do it. Okay, so let's take our red one here, make sure it's aimed in the right direction. You guys aren't going to be able to see this, but more light, right? So our red one, we're going to press that tab in and put the red in the spot. See, and it grabs and holds it nicely. And now we're going to go and do that for each of the other ones, and then we can get this mounted on the wall. All right, guys, and our last one, the white wire. Just like that, we got them all in. Give them a slight tug, make sure they're all connected. That's it. We have them all set in place. We can compare them. You guys can see this is the picture we took. Red, blue, brown, green, yellow, and white. Red, blue, brown, green, yellow, and white. So we know we got those in order, and they're matching the symbols behind it, or the abbreviations behind it. So now what we want to do is get this mounted on the wall. Like I said, you can see it's already powered up right now, because it does have power to them wires. So that's a good thing. Right now we're going to get the holes lined up so we know exactly where we want to mount this. We want to try to get it center here of this thing. So we're going to put our mount in the back and then mark the holes and get them screwed in. All right, guys, we have our 2 holes because we use this. They're perfectly spaced for the holes. Now we got those, we can cut this connection between the 2 pieces off. So I'm going to cut that off. Drop it on the floor. You know how that goes. Got one of them. Get the other one cut here. There we go. And then we'll just put our screws in. You can see right here, you leave that spacer on there because that's going to help slide in the back. So that's that one. And they got one more for the other side, and then we can just mount that on there, and then we can go through the setup on this thing. And if we did everything right, it should work pretty easy. Here we have that. There is a little bit of setup with this, like we said, because you have the app on the phone. There we go. There we have it. As you can see, it is all set up. I'll get you guys turned around over here. All right, guys, as you can see, we have it hooked up. You can see your things like there's your power button, your AC, your fan, and then setup. So we're going to go through we're going to download the app on the phone, and then we'll show you how to do the setup. I already downloaded it. You just go to the App Store and download that app. It's called the Easy Touch RV. Just go to the Google Play Store, go to the Play Store for Google, and you can get that, or go to the App Store for Apple, and I believe it's on there also. And then now we're going to show you how to go through the setup of setting this up after we get the app going. So, all right, now we're back at the display here, guys. This is what it'll look like when you're set up. You're going to see your inside temperature, your outside temp, what you currently have your thermostat set to. You're going to see your Wi-Fi light there that's in green. It lets you know that you are connected. It'll be red if it isn't. Your power button to power this on and off. This symbol, which you could find in the book too, means furnace. That's what we have it set to. The fan, so if you want to adjust fan speeds or have it on auto like we have. The away button, you can press that if you want to set up for, like, if you're going to be away for a while, it'll maintain a range that you predeterminedly set. If you go in the settings here, remember this display is not like your phone. You got to give it a little bit of a press, a little bit harder. And this is your menus. You can set up a schedule, like say you're gone the same time every day and back the same time. You can set a schedule for what this does. You can also adjust your sensors, restart the unit, pick between day and night. Little help thing there for you. Calibrate the touchscreen if you need it. You shouldn't need it right out of the box. It should be fine. This will always give you your Wi-Fi info, like your Wi-Fi network name, and your password will be in there. You can reset your Bluetooth if you needed, because this works with Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Most of the time you're going to use Wi-Fi after initial setup though. You can adjust your screen brightness and how bright it is when it goes to sleep. This is where you can adjust your Fahrenheit and Celsius settings. And this is one of the other screens you're going to want once you've originally set this up. You're going to want to go to switches. This is where you pick your heating sources. Like say your unit has a furnace and you also have a heat pump. You're going to want to pick, heat pump and furnace. For us, we just have furnace, so the other ones are not activated. We just have that one. And then we can go back to main menu because that's it. And that's pretty much the setup on this, guys. It's a pretty straightforward thing. I know we didn't go into full detail on this, but there are many resources out there. The manual that they have online for this will walk you through it. It is pretty simple. I know you'll be like, oh my God, I got to wire this in. It's a simple wiring and setup after you get your Wi-Fi and you update the device. It's pretty simple after that. There are many other things that you can look at in here. You can look through the book if you want to mess with them, but most of the time you don't need to. If you need an in-depth, or you have a question on it, give us a shout in the comment section. We get back to everything. We'll be able to answer your questions. If we don't know them, we'll look them up for you. There's also other resources out there, other videos. I know the channel Changing Lanes. He's got it's a great channel. He has an awesome video on installing this. He has 3 of them that he installs, because he has 3 units. So he installed all 3. He goes in a little more detail. That was a helpful resource for us as well. So you can check him out. And then, but overall, easy install, a beautiful upgrade to the RV. So if you guys are interested in this, I'll leave a link down below how you can get one. All right, there you have it, guys. Pretty simple, straightforward install on the unit. I have to admit though, I got frustrated a couple times when I was trying to hook up my Wi-Fi, but that was my fault because I had the wrong password. But I'm sure we all made that mistake. But once you get that set up and you download the upgrade or updates that it might have, you can go in there and set up all your settings. I hope what we showed you was enough to get you started. If not, like I said, you have a question on yours, hit us in the comment section. We get back to them pretty quick, so don't forget to hit us up down there. Again, that was the Micro Air Easy Touch RV. We are not sponsored by them. We did buy this with our own money. We will leave a link to them down below. We don't have a coupon code for you, but if I can find one, I'll put it down below for you. So that way it'll save you some money a little bit, because these are a big investment for your RV, I would say. So you're going to want to look for any code you can get. They do have the soft starts for your AC units too. I recommend those quite a bit. We don't have one yet, or those yet. We're hoping to get one sometime. We can install those in our AC units. Just let your AC unit start up with less power so you can run them on a smaller generator. That's helpful for a lot of us. Unless you're in California, you can't use a generator or have one or whatever they're saying down there. But if you guys have any comments, criticisms, or concerns, hit us up down below. And don't forget to click that bell notification so you know when we put another video out. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps with some kind of algorithm everybody talks about. We appreciate that support. And until next time, guys, try something new.